have you ever gotten your pilot's license?
No. I always wanted to fly, but my mother wouldn't let me at the beginning, and then I got so damn old, and I said, the heck with it. You know, who needs to fly? Let somebody else do the piloting.
This is great. Well, I'm sorry, Ernie, about you were talking about your days in the Navy. You were saying that you had a.
Yeah, I got into the Navy actually. There were 11 of us that were picked out of 1,200, and I didn't feel as lucky then as I felt now. But believe me, to get into the Navy in those days was really a hard thing because of so many people that wanted to get in on account of the terrible depression. I never realized it, but I went home and I told my mom. I said, "Mom, guess what?" She said, "What?" I'm a G-man. Oh, what? So I'm a G-man. I work for the government. No kidding. Oh my goodness, what did you do? I said, I joined the Navy. Well, sir, she had wanted me to go to college and everything else, but that wasn't in the books for me, not till later anyway. And so I joined the Navy. It was 6 years. I stayed in the Navy for 6 years. I extended from 4 to 6. And then I got out, and 3 months later, we were at war with Japan and the rest of the world. And so I went back in for the rest of the remainder of the war, from the beginning to end. And so I put 10 years in altogether. It was worth it. It was a wonderful organization and a great way to become a man, you know?
Sure, I think it's still like that.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I would know. I went to college instead.
Yeah.
Were you, so what was your war experience like? What did you do during World War II?
Well, during World War II, I was a gunner's mate, first-class gunner's mate. And we went out hunting submarines at the very beginning. We went up and down the East Coast, and why they never shot at us, I have no idea. Of course, they wouldn't have got very much because there were only about 75 of us aboard this little yacht that old man Murphy, who made Murphy beds, had given to the Navy for $1. Anyway, they tore up the decks and they tore up everything.
We got a convoy ahead of us.
Gotcha, partner.
I think we got a convoy ahead of us. Cut over.
I gotcha.
Michael, we've got a convoy. How about that?
Yeah, this is a convoy of
All right.
Army.
That used to impress me when I was a kid, seeing those Army
You can do that out, Jeff.
I love it.
Just pull that out, yeah. It's pretty steady.
He looked and he said, he thought maybe the train was coming up the road.
Need a bus cam. So what were the you?
See how they're taking in that wheat over there already? It?
Standing up. You mean back there?
Yeah. I don't know whether you call it summer wheat or winter wheat, but there it is.
You know, they They made a lot of great war pictures. Did you ever work with John Wayne?
No, one day we were in our cups one time over at the Beverly Hills Hotel. And he said, Ernie, we've known each other forever. He said, how come we never worked together? And I said, in my cups, I said, well, that's because you're afraid to work with good actors. He fell on the floor. I'll never forget. One time when they showed that picture where he was the one-eyed fella. What was it?
Jack Elam?
No, the one-eyed fella.
He played somebody
He
with
played the one-eyed. Remember with the patch?
See, the shootist.
No, not the shooter. The shootist. No, not that one. The one I played with the patch.
Big Jake.
Played Jake.
Big
yeah.
J.
Big Jake.
Big J.
But that wasn't his name. Anyway.
McClintock?
No. Anyway, I was sitting right in front of the Duke over at the Producers Guild, the Directors Guild Theater, and as the picture finished, I touched him on the knee and I said, "Hey, Duke, you just won yourself an Academy Award." And he looked at me startled. Jimmy Stewart came over from across the road, the aisle, and he said, "Gee, Willikers, Duke, you're going to win an Academy Award." Well, he just flipped out. He couldn't believe it. Sure enough, he got nominated, and sure enough, he won, boy. I was so happy for him, it wasn't funny.
True Grit.
True Grit, that's the one.
You know, one of my favorite lines is in that film. It's Robert Duvall saying, right before that big standoff, when on the horses, he says, I forget what John Wayne says, but Robert Duvall says, "That's mighty bold talk for a one-eyed fat man." And he just that set him off, and of course he wasted all the bad guys. You all right?
Yeah, I just want to adjust the shot again.
Why don't I move this down? You don't.
No, you're fine, Jeff.
It's all right.
I just want to tweak it because it just one time.
Hey, Dad, ask this guy how much longer it is to the 88.
Hey, partner of mine, how much farther is it to the 88, you know?
We gotta get down here about 98. For the exit to 88.
I got you. Did you get that?
Yes, sir.
U.S. Army. Looks like they resurrected that one from the...
Let me out.
I just flip it down for a quick sec.
Takes about 5 seconds.
I'm not used to.
I don't ride them anymore. Too dangerous.
Yeah, I know. I've never been out.
With a wife and kid now, I don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even dare get on one.
Oh, we're back in the hole.
Did you ever have a motorcycle, Ernie?
No, I call them murder cycles. Good way to get killed, I really mean it.
Were you ever in a musical?
Yes, I was.